Hey guys, it's the TheAppleCowProdigy here, and if you have been listening to the Movie Backlot podcast on GeekOutNation.com, you would know that I have watched Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. And yes, this is a DVD copy. This shit cost me $8.99 at Best Buy. There's an advertisement for the worst soundtrack ever. And the DVD, this is not available on Blu-ray, so I don't own it. And I'm going to review this, because what's a better way to spend my Christmas and yours and talk about Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, otherwise known as Grumpy Cat's first original movie. That means we might get a sequel. Aubrey Plaza has already pitched it, apparently. And they actually reference it in the movie. They reference it, Grumpy Cat's Worst Vacation Ever. They reference the, so we'll probably get a sequel because the movie is somewhat successful. Yay, America and world. It's because people like me. This movie will get a sequel, and I'll probably watch. Well, I walked in this movie expecting it to be terrible. When I first heard it was a Grumpy Cat movie, I was like, why would you make that? It's off a meme. This is going to be the worst thing ever. But then I saw a trailer. And I saw a Grumpy explode a building. And drive a car. And just, like, have, like, a paintball gun. And my imagination exploded, and I was like, oh my god, this movie will be so ridiculous, I kind of have to see it. So I did. I organized a viewing party with a bunch of friends, we watched it, and we all had a good time watching it. Will any of us say this was actually a good movie? No. I've seen this twice now. The first time I saw this movie, some plot elements actually did surprise me. There's a twist. Spoiler alert, I don't really care to spoil Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, okay? There was a twist, and it catches you off guard. All my friends went, oh my god! We were freaked out. We did not see this twist coming. I apologize for the bad lighting, by the way. I'm working on trying to get better lighting. I've said that for like a year now. Hopefully, I'm going to try to invest in some good lighting soon. But yes, there's a twist, and it catches you off guard. But is it a good twist? No, because when you rewatch the movie, like a crazy person would, the twist makes no sense. And it's like, wait, why is this whole scene in there if that person is with that person? And you're like, what? Lifetime. Yes, this is a Lifetime movie, by the way, and it clearly shows. It's really cheaply made, and it all takes place inside a mall, so they probably could have shot it in like a week and just rented out a mall. Feel bad for the cat, by the way. The cat's just like, I'm pretty sure they use the actual Grumpy Cat for the filming of this movie. Like, I mean, if they use CGI, this is the best CGI, like, of all time. But I doubt they did. This looks like Grumpy Cat. Yeah, and it's just, like, sitting there. And it's just trying to sleep, and then there's all these cameras in his face. Like, God, I feel bad for you, Grumpy. One of the best things about this movie is that it stars the lovely Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Rec. They advertise it right there. And we actually do get to see her in the movie, so if you want to see Aubrey Plaza for about 5 seconds, it's a reason to watch this movie. Her performance is super uninspired. There's actually a bonus feature on this, which is like how she got in character, and I was expecting actually her to talk about how she got in character. It's not that at all. It's literally just Aubrey Plaza talking, like hanging out with Grumpy Cat and intimidating Grumpy Cat. She goes back in the phone booth. Or not the phone booth, the recording studio, the recording booth, which is her voiceover. And when she first does her grumpy voice, she's literally basically told that she's trying too hard. And then she comes back and it's literally just the most monotone, I don't really care, I'm just getting paid to come in and read off a script. Performance of all time. And the director loves it, and then they go, what do you think, Grumpy? And Grumpy's like sitting there, like, on the table, and it's like, God, I feel so bad for you, Grumpy Cat. Tartar Saucing is the name of the actual pet. Why do I know that? I don't know. I'm sorry. Ho, ho, no. Oh. Also, I bought this because my friend and I were Christmas shopping, and we were going to get gifts for our friends. And we are at Best Buy, and I was making sure there's no Blu-rays, because you know me, I love looking at Blu-rays, collecting them, buying them, and if I never watch them, I'm that guy. And I'm like, and whatever. And then I look at the final thing I look at. There's Grumpy Cat just thrown on a shelf in the wrong place. And I was like, oh my god, I need this in my life. It was a complete instinct buy. Didn't think rationally. Now I look at this and I'm like, this shit cost $9. It's usually $10. It was $9 at Best Buy. They had a sale and I fucking fell for it. I just feel sad. This movie is 90 minutes, so it is feature length. It has that going for it. This movie is very self-aware. Like, incredibly self-aware. And at times it's funny. Here's how I look at this movie and why I actually enjoy it. If a movie decided to just troll its audience and literally say, why are you watching this? You're stupid for watching this. And it literally says that, I have to have respect for it. That might sound incredibly stupid, but it literally says, why are you watching this? It knows it's trash. It knows it's bad. It knows it's based off a fucking meme. And it just does not give a fuck. All the shots from the trailer that got me to watch this movie, they're all in Grumpy's imagination. This movie is like, Grumpy Cat has a voiceover the entire time, and she'll come on, she'll go, time to sell you stuff, and then commercials will appear, and then she'll be like, go to grumpycat.com, and they'll like pimp her merchandise. In the middle of a scene, she'll stop it and pimp her merchandise, and by like the 7th time, I didn't even care. I was just like, oh my god. Again? Like, this movie doesn't care. It's literally like, what did people not like about Transformers Age of Extinction? Let's do that. That's what this movie is. Bunch of product placement and bad acting. Actually, I can't... The editing actually makes more sense in this movie than Transformers, which is saying nothing at all. It means that they didn't change the aspect ratio. Actually, they do. And I'm not lie. They do change the aspect ratio at one point, but it's for like a joke. And it's not... because Michael Bay just decided to not plan out an action scene. And the reason I bought this, it says bonus feature Grumpy Cat's worst ice bucket challenge ever. I wanted to watch that, and I watched it. The cat does not get dumped by water, which is probably a good thing in looking back, but I was disappointed. What I wanted was I wanted to see Grumpy Cat get dumped by an ice bucket of water. Pretty good thing didn't happen, but that's what it said. It said Grumpy Cat's worst ice bucket challenge ever, and it is not lying there, because it literally is terrible. It's like 3 of the main actors dumping ice on themselves, and I was like, oh yeah, you were in this movie. I forgot. Yeah, you were even in it. Okay, cool. Meow humbug. Would I recommend Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever? I would, under circumstances. Watch it with a lot of friends. Pay attention to the movie, like, because some of the jokes actually do hit, and just like laugh and watch your friends' reactions, how stupid it is, and then you'll laugh because of that. Because I think if I had watched this by myself, I would have just been sad, like I am right now, having to talk about this. Second time I watched this was with the Premiership commentary track, and it was good. The commentary track was, the movie was trash, because I was like, oh, this movie's fucking terrible looking back at it. But I did like it the first time. Honest to God, I'm doing my worst movies of the year list, my top 5 worst of the year, and I'm counting Grumpy Cat is eligible for that list, and it does not make it. This movie is better than 5 movies I've seen this year. Well, that brings us to the conclusion for the worst review ever. Yeah, this is not a good movie. Like the video if you haven't already, if you enjoyed. If you got this far, I'd say you enjoyed the video. Unless you like unless you like physically hurting yourself, which I guess is kind of like what watching this movie is like. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll try to upload new content on a more regular basis. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. I don't tweet that much from it, but I'm going to try to start tweeting more from it. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Hopefully, the next thing I talk about is better than this shit.